Signed.
Starting with Lieutenant Governor Darden. Do you support teaching creation science or a similar course in public schools?
No. Yes.
First to Mr. Edwards. Do you think Louisiana should require some form of sex education at the high school level?
I do.
Scott?
Yes.
Starting with Scott now. Will you submit a budget that fully funds early childhood education programs that are already on the books in Louisiana but not yet fully funded?
Yes, sir.
That's one that my wife insisted that we ask. Thank you, Margot, for that. Mr. Darden, should Louisiana have 5 boards of post-secondary education?
Yes, sir. Yes.
This calls for a number. Louisiana currently has 14 public colleges and universities. How many do you think we should have?
I'm first now?
You're first.
The lightness been striking me too fast. 14 excellent universities. 14.
Okay, this goes to Scott Angel first. The rest of these are all yes or no. Do you think oil and gas activity in the coastal zone has contributed to coastal land loss in Louisiana?
Yes.
Jay, you're first. Representative Johnson's proposed Marriage and Conscience Act was killed in committee. In your opinion, should the legislature have passed the act?
No. Yes.
Yes or no? The U.S. Supreme Court will soon rule. Let's see, who went first on that one? I'm losing track. You're up now, Mr. Rogers. The U.S. Supreme Court will soon rule on whether state bans on same-sex marriage, such as Louisiana's, are unconstitutional. Regardless of how you feel about same-sex marriage, I'm not asking you if you support it or oppose it, but if the Supreme Court legalizes it, will you accept that as the final legal word on that subject?
Yes.
Yes or no? The Supreme Court is also set to decide a case that could end subsidies for people who purchase health insurance through federal exchanges in states like Louisiana that have not set up their own marketplaces under the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare. If that happens, if it is struck down, should Louisiana set up its own exchange to help those Louisianans get health insurance? Scott?
Yes, until Congress acts. Yes, with an explanation. Yes.
Would you support, this goes to you, Jay, would you support a constitutional amendment that removes all budget dedications except those tied to federal funding, such as funds for coastal restoration?
No.
John Bell?
No.
And John Bell, you're up now. Would you support the repeal of some or all statutory budget dedications?
Yes.
Scott, you're up now. Will you implement Treasurer John Kennedy's idea of reducing state consulting contracts by at least 10% or more to help balance the budget?
Yes, some form of it. No.
Lieutenant Governor Darden, will you commit to fully fund operations at the new LSU hospital in New Orleans?
Yes.
And John Bell, you're first. Do you support ending Louisiana's policy of defined retirement benefits for new state and local public employees?
No.
Yes. I'm sorry, I stepped over.
Yes.
Scott Angel's answer, yes. And the last question goes first to Scott Angel. The West Bank Railroad serves industrial clients, but currently runs through several residential neighborhoods. There's a proposal to reroute the railroad out of West Bank neighborhoods, most of which, if not all of which, will be paid for by the railroads, but they're going to need a lot of permits. Will you commit to doing whatever is necessary to get this railroad rerouted?
Yes, sir.
Let's give them all a hand for answering the question.